This Talk to Me podcast, episode 53. I'm your host, Chris.
I'm your host, Antoinette.
And today, this is episode 53. We're doing a reality with Chris and Brittany. And of course, we're going to dig deep into their life and talk about. First, we're going to start with Chris. Happy birthday. Matter of fact, happy birthday, Adio.
Yeah, happy belated. Pisces season.
What you turn? You turned
37.
You turned 37 for real?
37 years old.
Oh, same year.
I didn't think you was that old.
Oh, y'all 37? How old are you?
As you was like, though.
I did not think you was up there.
Respect your elders. You've been getting smart the whole night.
Excuse me?
The Cuban ass.
All right now.
Italian? A mutt.
Sicilian. My family's from the island of Sicily.
Okay.
Italy, Sicily.
That's what's up.
He said Africa. Wakanda.
Well, I'm going to touch on that later, the Wakanda stuff. But, shout out to everybody who's Pisces for all the birthday people. Who's Pisces? You Pisces? It was just 3 Pisces in the building. Shout out to, again, shout out to New York. Ooh, they showed me so much love this year. Woo!
Was it too cold?
Nah, it wasn't too cold. Like, it's hot right now. I gotta take off my jacket. But in New York, it was lovely.
I know. I was like, I'm trying to be fashionable and whatnot. I was like,
I enjoyed myself. But, so Chris, can you tell us a little bit about the LGBT community? What's the definition of that? Because I don't even know the definition of it.
You know what? I'm going to let you tell me the definition of that.
You know what I mean?
Do you not know it?
I don't know it.
We passed the ball real quick.
This is all about what you really need to know.
So it's lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and transsexual, I think.
Don't they have like more to it? They got like 2 more to it that they added.
I think it's an
like
LGBTQ.
Q. So it's forever changed. It's evolving.
It's what these millennials put
from
into
the old school.
They added some more stuff.
Originally, it's LGBT. So
let's just stick with that then, the originality.
So it's lesbians, gays, bisexual, and transsexual.
I'm learning this shit every day. That's the good thing. I know they added words to it because somebody always say something, but I don't.
Oh, it's queer for the Q.
Is that
then
what
there's like asexual. I think there's like asexual. I heard in LA. I don't know.
You're not supposed to use that word.
Motherfuckers making shit up.
What? Queer?
Asexual.
I just thought that was like an insult word.
No, the F word is the
Fag?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think that's another.
I know that's an insult.
Yeah. And
queer and queen is acceptable.
Dyke is.
Yeah. Well, I did. So I saw Bourbon Street. I saw a guy. He was messing with a guy. He's like, "You're such a queer." He's like, "I know." I was like, but he used it in a different way. So I guess it was a different way. But you know what I'm saying? It's different ways, like a disrespectful way. You like, nah, that's not right. So that's crazy. So Chris, when did you realize you was like attracted to another sex? The same sex.
So for me, sexuality is kind of fluid. So I wouldn't even. When you black, if you mess with anything but a woman, you gay. That's is automatically what everybody thinks. But it's really just black people. I played ball at LSU, and
play football at LSU?
I played football at LSU, and when you deal with other women from other races, you would be surprised. But I'm not gonna say they want to deal with a man that deal with different kind of stuff, but their understanding sometimes a little bit more broad than just thinking, "Oh, you gay." Because to be gay, that's that. I mean, how do you really define if you're gay? I mean, do you count the sexual experiences you had versus the other sexual experiences you had? I don't know. Because if you're just talking about sex, then some of us.
Some people.
I mean, it's not everybody not gay. Some people just. Who they are, and a lot of people keep secrets about who they are sexually.
A lot of people. You said you played at LSU. I knew some LSU football players that was keeping secrets.
That whole university. That whole university.
That whole university got some secrets on campus.
Wait a minute.
The whole university got some secrets.
So for me, I will say this though. It's something that I've known I've been attracted to probably both sexes since I was a kid. My grandmother said that when I was about 4 years old, I have a lot of female cousins, and so we were sitting there playing, and my grandmother said she was cleaning up the kitchen, and my cousin was like, yeah, such and such my boyfriend, and such and such my boyfriend. She said, I casually walked by and said, yeah, clean up my boyfriend. And so she turned around, and she was like, so this is me talking about somebody, my boyfriend, before I even know what sex was, before I knew what, sex was. Because you gotta know what sex is to know if you gay or straight. So I think it's more, for me, it's just one of the things where I always been kind of attracted to both, and I had to kind of choose, and we'll get into why I made my choice later on. Okay. Because, in the show.
Okay, what about you, Brittany?
Ooh, it was a little hard for me to come out because I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. So that alone.
I know you have
That alone was a little hard. Yeah. To come out. So we're a very religious family. If people don't know about Jehovah's Witness, we're very, very religious. And so I knew I was attracted to the same sex. And I hate using this because it's so cliche. But since I was born, my first crush was my kindergarten teacher or my elementary teacher. And even when I watched shows, I was like, I want to have sex with her. It was just I just was attracted to women.
The same way about athletes.
But I hid it for so long that I didn't come out till I was maybe 22, 23. So, it was early.
To be a Jehovah's Witness?
It's early compared to when I was able to say, I don't care what nobody think.
Yeah, when I got to high school, I was I'm openly gay, and so my parents and my family knows, but they just won't talk about it. So, but I knew I was a lesbian, and my sibling is also a lesbian as well. So it kind of made it easier.
Just mad.
Yeah. So they won't talk about it. They won't talk about it.
Yeah, I have a gay brother.
Oh wow. Yeah. So it kind of makes it a little easier because you two get closer, and y'all just two against the world.
So you got a girlfriend right now?
Do I have a girlfriend? No, I don't. I'm single, but I am dating. So.
There's no room with dating. What about you, Chris?
I'm in a relationship.
Why you like that? How long you been in a relationship?
About a year in April.
Yeah. Are you in a relationship? Because I'm ass. I don't care. You in a relationship with a man or a woman?
Me?
A man? Okay. Come on now. Come on.
Well, you never know these days.
Okay.
Y'all have to share each other's clothes. What you? Come on, Rick.
So tell me this: what was the most obstacle you faced?
For me,
being a black gay man, what was the most obstacle? The strongest, the good and the bad.
Telling my homeboys. So I played football for 20 years.
Yeah.
And so my homeboys used to call me Houdini because I used to disappear all the time. From all the parties, from everywhere we'd be out, we'd be deep. And they'd be like, what you doing tonight, Houdini? I'm like, I'm going to say my goodbyes in the beginning because y'all already know because I'll be on the phone texting and walk a couple of blocks. Sometimes, you know what's the craziest thing? It used to just to go to hide in somebody's house, maybe chill with a dude. We might not be doing nothing but smoking and playing video games, but it's just the fact that I couldn't introduce him. When you play football for 20 years and you're from Houston, you're from South Park, my friends have been my friends. I don't have new friends, so I'm blessed to be one of the people that I got really good friends. Crystal and I have been friends for 20 years. My homeboys, I play, and I was really good at football. So whenever you're good at football, and I can fight. So whenever you're good at football and you can fight, dudes gonna argue about whether you get or not, no matter what you're doing. I dyed my hair, I did all kind of stuff, but I was the most popular person in my school, really. Yeah. But it was hard to come out and just tell my friends that, hey, look, whatever you heard, it may be true because this is what I'm out here doing. And it was real messed up how they found out. It's a long story, but it's funny though today. But I was about 28 years old when I first came out to when I started telling people, I hate when people tell me, oh, I knew, and I was like, did you know that I had 2 girlfriends, a boyfriend, and shit? You knew so much. How could you know? How do you know? Because I'm so private to know something, you have to really be in. Because you can speculate, but people think they know all the time because of the way you are, or because you wear nice clothes.
I don't know, because I got a homeboy right now that's still afraid to come out. I know he knows what I know, but he don't. Nobody else knows.
But he might just be a freak, though. He might not just want to say he won't wait.
Okay. Whatever he wants to do.
Why do people want to know, though?
I don't want to know. I don't
You want to know?
But I know.
You over here telling people.
But I know. I ain't told nothing. I ain't told nobody nothing. I ain't tell you nothing.
Now every homeboy I see you with, when I see y'all anywhere, I'll be like,
He don't even live there, player.
in New Orleans.
He don't live there. You don't see.
Okay, that's all right. I guess he is, Sicily.
A Sicilian? No, he is not a damn Sicilian. He is Wakandan.
Oh my God.
It's black.
Yeah, so it's one of them things where it's just, for me, I deal with a lot of breaking stereotypes. And people come at me all kind of ways, say all kind of stuff. I have to tell dudes daily, listen, I don't want you, bro. I mean, I'm the cute one. And what I mean, like, I'm serious. I mean, dudes be like, oh,
Yeah, that's a weird stick. That's a weird stigma with straight men. I just got on one last night.
They be like, oh, such and such. I was in the barbershop. I went to do one of my clients. He on the barbershop, and so they just started talking about it while I was in there. So I said, I'm gonna take the opportunity to school y'all. Man, nobody wants. None of my friends want none of y'all. You child support. You just talked about you can't even leave the country. Everybody know gays like to leave the country. You know what I'm saying? Don't like to leave the country.
We love to leave the country.
Like to travel.
You know, we like brunch. You can't go to brunch. You got too many baby mamas gonna show up on you. And your stomach over your shoes. I'm just saying, like,
that's a weird
it's
stigma.
really,
I just had to get on somebody last
straight dudes think that every gay dude is like some thirsty pervert that want to. Man, look here, man. I'll take your gal. I ain't trying you, like, stop it. Stop with that. Every time somebody see a gay man, they just like, oh, a straight man. Or if a black straight man is friends with a gay man, now he gay. No, he not gay. Listen, I got a whole bunch of straight friends, none of them. They all dogs. I try to warn the women that they be with. When I be like, try to, listen, he gonna hurt your feelings, baby. He gonna hurt your feelings. And listen, it ain't me. Trust me, it ain't. And you worried about me, you worried about the wrong thing, because I'm good. But a lot of women are insecure, and a lot of the dudes are insecure because the women are insecure. So it's just like a collateral damage type of thing, where the dudes can't be, if you black and you smart, you get made fun of in school. If you're not hard, if you tuck your shirt in, and you ain't sagging. So everything that's not street and hood is gay in black world. Everything that ain't street and hood is gay. If you see a kid come in and he go, "Hi, daddy, can I get my bippy?" And he like, "Hey, all black men like."
Punch your face.
Yeah, no, I know something.
She said punch him in the face.
It's really not that cut and dry.
Punch him in the chest.
Because I've been rough and tough since I was born, and it ain't got nothing to do with sexuality. I've been rough and tough. I played football full scholarship.
A lot of masculine gay men.
Me too.
Like a lot.
You would never know.
I know a lot more masculine gay men than I do flamboyant gay men.
And it's funny because black gay men don't want to tell nobody gay because we don't want to have to fight everywhere we go. Like, I don't want to beat you up in front of everybody and have to protect. It's because it's real messed up. Because
my gay friends like to fight. I ain't tripping.
They like
joining in.
The gay guys or women?
All of them. What you mean? Combative community.
You are Italian and Sicilian.
Combative community.
Ready to curse somebody up.
I like it.
It's a gay is a big spectrum, and there's a lot of people, and you can't look at people and tell what they like to do. And people that think that they can should stop. It's just ignorance. You're gonna miss a lot of good people worrying about what people doing in the bedroom, and you're gonna run into a lot of bad people thinking because they straight that they straight. You know what I'm saying? For real, because good and bad, it's you see all these cases where these people were rapists, these priests, these different church members, all these different things in the culture that make it easy to fester because the attention is always in the wrong place. And I think worrying about someone's sexuality is one of the wrong things to do. But because we so judgmental about it, it does not give a black man. So many black men live in the closet. I be telling people every day I'm gonna wear a body cam, but I can't because I can't turn them in because I'm gonna get beat up and killed. But if you knew how many,
it's a lot.
And me and my homegirl just had this conversation, and she was like, "Yeah, your homeboy gay because he said this," and I was like,
You brought me
No, I was saying he said that, but he just really honest. So she asked him, would he ever do anything gay? He drunk and high, whatever he is. And his answer to her was like, I don't plan on it, but if I did, I can tell you what I ain't doing.
Oh, wow.
I'm not going to do this, this, and that. So she said, so that means you will do this, this, and that. He said, all I know is if I do anything gay, this is the cannot do list. So I told her, I said, well, that's just like somebody saying, I might go bungee jumping. I've been saying this since I was 28. I'm going bungee jumping. Every time I look up the price and think about doing it and watch videos, I said, I'm still go. I'm gonna go. So I think sometimes if you're curious about something, it's okay to say you think about doing it. It's like trying food. You can have a gay experience and not be gay. You can have a gay experience and say, that ain't for me. I don't like that. You can have experience in life in anything and it not be for you. So, it's just not as cut and dry as, oh, he gay, he not gay, or she gay. It's not that cut and dry. It's not.
What about you, Brittany? What was the most obstacle you had to overcome?
My biggest obstacle was religion, because they're most likely like Mormons. So even if they hear a hint of homosexuality, it's like banned. So when I did come out, I came out when I was like 22, 23, and I got disassociated from my family. Like I couldn't talk to my mother, couldn't talk to my aunts, uncles, or anybody I was friends with in the religion. So that was my biggest obstacle. I was like, okay, either I'm going to live happy or I'm just going to live unhappy, but, make my family happy. So I chose being happy within myself because I was like, I cannot see myself settling with a male. I can't. I've dated them and I wasn't happy. So I was like, I'm gonna choose to be happy. And so that cost me my whole family. Like cost me talking to my father, my mother, my sisters, my uncles, my cousin. I probably talked to my grandmother that lives like literally down the street twice in like 10 years. And she lives literally down the street. I probably talked to my mom a handful of times, and she lives literally in Yellowstone down the street. So it's a little hard because you're battling, okay, I can't see my nephews grow up because I'm disassociated from the religion in my family because of my sexuality. So that was probably like my biggest obstacle. And people that's battling with it, I know a lot of people that's battling with their sexuality and religion, but they don't want to do it because they value family so much. And they're scared to come out the closet, and they living this depressing life, and you only get one life, so they living this depressing life battling with their sexuality just because they think that homosexuality is this huge sin, which that's another subject. But I'm very spiritual more than religious. Jehovah's Witness, their religion, they go off the New Testament of the Bible, and I'm not trying to talk about religion much, but I have a lot of questions.
I think religion is the reason why it's so rough in the black community. Yeah. Not just with gay though. In life, the accountability factor. I was raised in the church. Like I said, you see these preachers molesting. I've been in the church recently, like in my early 30s, in leadership, like more than one church, and I just got tired of seeing what I was seeing because at a point I just started joining to get leadership just to see if my theory was right. And what I will say is that people love God. This is true. Everyone loves a higher power. Most black people relate to a God, period. The problem with that for me is that although everyone loves God, it is very hard to be godly, and no matter how much you talk under one theology, you still have your mind. I know this because I was raised in a church, and I can remember being 6 years old and literally looking at the church like, oh my God, what is wrong with these people? Like, what is really going on? Like, why he talking like my uncle was a pastor, so I'm like, why he talking like when he preached as a kid, I'm like, who is he being today? I'm used to him saying, sit your ass down. And, but at church, he preaching like this. And, he don't say word. And the church provides that because I don't want to be no type of way, but if we talking about sins by the Bible, everybody gone. Everybody is gone. Because if you got right now, if your fabric is mixed and all kind of stuff, there's all kind of stuff in the Bible that takes you straight on into hell. But I'm just saying. So if you're talking about sinning, it's one of those things where it's one of those arguments that I don't even get into with Christians. I can't participate. I'm not a Christian. Right. I'm not religious. I am very godly though, and I'm a really good person, and I weigh everything I do based on how it feels. Because without ears, eyes, or knowing anything, I always know when I'm never wrong on accident. When I'm wrong, it's a choice. So if I do something wrong to you, it was on purpose. I'm not going to apologize. It just ain't happening because I pretty much probably thought about it and made a choice. Now, if I'm ignorant to it and I do something wrong to you and you bring it to my attention, provided I'm not too ignorant to hear your side, then I'm gonna apologize for the way I made you feel. But that accountability thing is really big with the gay. It's hard to be. That's how come people don't talk about it. Man, you think my dad talks about it? My dad, man, we talk about everything. We're not talking about that. We ain't talking about that. We're not talking about that. That man started sweating, started taking his clothes off. He like, eyebrows get raised, and I be like, whoa, like he about to burst over there. And all I said was, I'm thinking about moving in with a roommate. You know, but in his mind, he relate that to my history of, dealing with men or whatever. So it's
gays always put their significant other as their roommate. So my mother knows, like, okay, that's your roommate, but she knows, it's not technically your roommate. You're spending more money on 2 bedrooms just to please your family, but you're actually having sex with this roommate, but you don't want your family to know. And some people ask me, it's like, well, homosexuality is a sin. Why do you still do it? And so my answer to them is like, I feel like, that scripture in the Bible says God is love. As long as he can read your heart and he knows that you're, a lovable person and that you're an honest person, I feel like that's all that matters at the end. Either there's a heaven, there's a hell, or there's everlasting life on earth, which Jehovah's Witnesses believe. I feel like as long as he can read your heart and is good.
I agree with that.
I feel like is as far as I think everybody should be allowed to believe what they want to believe, but you should stop soliciting your beliefs into my life. Because if you come to me and you tell me something about Jesus, I am not responsible for what I might tell you because you opened up the conversation, assuming that I had some kind of feeling or connection, or because I'm black, or because you think we connected through this. Well, no, we can't. Don't come to me telling me something about something being a sin, because even that was still written by a man. It's still all speculation. That stuff only have the power that you give it, and that's just it's one of those things that is hard to say, but truly and honestly, no one knows the story. We all have speculations and we have belief, and you're a believer and you believe in the story and you believe in God because you believe in the higher power. But you can't factually just go and say this is how it is. The Bible, the facts of the Bible is that it was a whole war about what books was going in and what books wasn't going in, and books were removed for control purposes. And so it's just one of those things where I just feel like we don't know, and it's more humble to say I love God so much that I'm respectful enough to say that I don't know. So I'm just going to be my best self. My soul is going to yearn, and I'm going to intentionally spiritually grow to be my best self, and that's with doing away with everything that I know is wrong. And my sexuality to you may be wrong, which is why you're not in my bed. It's cool. You ain't got to even worry about it. All we got to do is talk about food, hair, sports, what I'm doing in the bed. People don't even walk up. Are you straight? Do people walk up to you and say that? Are you straight?
Well, by how I dress, they automatically know I'm not straight. So it's like, but they get confused because, of course, I wear makeup and eyeliner. And I'm like, well, we're confused. Even behind the bar, working at Alley Cat, they're like,
I didn't know you was gay.
When I dated women, I like athletic women. When I dated women, I like.
They think I'm gay.
Oh, well,
people
I could probably.
People think I'm gay. I'm not gay.
You're very aggressive.
Yeah, you are very aggressive.
So I would probably think like, okay.
the dick.
So you
Twiddling on the cat.
what about you never dated a guy?
I dated a guy, but I never had sex with one.
What?
Never had sex with. Yes.
You said
technically.
You said you who?
Never had sex with a guy.
Come on,
See, I
man.
don't know how she know.
So you're a virgin.
In that aspect, I won't say
In the
I'm
traditional
a virgin.
aspect,
Yeah,
you're
in
a
the
virgin.
traditional aspect. Yeah.
Me too.
So you never gonna give a guy a chance?
No.
She said no.
No.
Dang.
Never in life. I would never ever. If I get drunk in Vegas, maybe, but still no.
All right, at least
If you get drunk in Vegas,
Oh, you get drunk in Vegas.
Don't be serious.
You know what can happen.
You don't have people hitting you and talking about, I'll pay for your trip to Vegas.
I see you in Vegas.
You know, your stock just went up, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
The
they
people
call us in the
perverted.
lesbian community a golden star because we never had sex with a guy. Yes, I've made out with one, but we always ended the relationship because they always wanted more. They always like, okay, when are we going to make the next step?
When am I
I'm
gonna
like,
get in there.
no. And then now I feel like it's gonna hurt as fuck because it's like I never had anything that big penetrating me.
It depends on which one you get.
You about to say all the women. She's
All men are not created equal.
All the women like,
I'm
we
gonna let
made
you know
it
that right
through.
now. All men are not created equal.
No, I'm over 30.
I don't understand. I don't understand. I know people like you. My brother has never been with a woman. That ain't my story.
Dang, you never been with a woman?
My brother never been with a woman.
Never felt the one.
But that's
I just, to me, so I'll say this. I'm just saying, you know, to me, sex is good if your mind is free. The women that I had sex with, it was good. I can't say I got in sex with a woman was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm so freaked out. No, I would not like, it's going down because it's just, I do believe that it's people like me. I know people. It's people like me. It's people like me out there. Some people out there that say mine. You know, it's just all about. I'm just like the wind. You know, it's just like.
You just go and come in.
I go with what I feel. And so when I feel something, unless I'm in a committed relationship, then you have rules. But when you're free and you're single, you know.
So would you call yourself bisexual? Or would you call
that's too much of a stretch. I don't know. When it comes to sexuality, so I don't believe in sexuality, period. What I do believe is sex is like chicken.
You just like it.
No.
Oh.
So
it's crunchy.
But yeah, no. Let me break it down. So let me give it to you. You got a whole chicken.
Yes.
My favorite part of chicken is the breast and the wing. Some people hate the breast and the wing. I like white meat.
Oh, do you like
it's dry?
Okay.
No.
I had to go in.
I'm gonna keep you out.
The white meat.
No. But anyway.
I just want to know. I know the preference is.
Conduct forever. No, anyway. But listen, what I'm saying is like, so you got for me, the whole chicken, but I like the breast and the wing. When I go anywhere, that is what I'm ordering, the breast or the wing. However, if I get to your house and all you cook was legs and thighs, it's still chicken to me. So I only put a couple leg thighs on the plate and I'm gonna eat them. That's how I feel about sex. My preference, right, mostly is guys. Every now and again, there's a woman that get a reaction out of me, and a lot of times it's an aggressive woman that.
Look at me forward.
I'm telling you though, I mean.
Yeah, that's why I told you they had a lot of undercover LSU football players, okay? Because they always tried to come my way. I'm like, look, I know.
We know.
I see it.
You know what you're doing.
You told me.
You are older than me, so it definitely was not your time, but I was there.
It trickled down to your time.
29.
Oh, that ain't that far away. I know them. Yeah. Far away.
Somewhere in the NFL today.
Yes, a few of them. That whole NFL thing. You know, football.
They're super.
You know, I might get stoned if I walk out when I say this, but football is one of the gayest sports in the history of sports. For all the way from the coaches to it's homoerotic, most definitely. If it's homoerotic.
So why do you think what his name was who came out? He just got Michael Sam
was
because he wasn't a good football player.
No, that wasn't it.
He was good.
No, he was good. He was good. That wasn't it. They used him to make an example. His people, I'm sure, because I played football on a big level. I'm sure he told them what he wanted to do. It don't never start where he just came out and said, I have a press conference. No, somebody found out that he was gay. The team had a meeting about it. Everybody knew about it.
Everybody knew in Missouri already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The team. So then you got damage control once it's out, and then he got this whole white boy in his ear saying, "I'm not being no secret. I'm not doing this. Gay. It's a different time. You can be the first this. You can do that." NFL took Michael Sam as a place to make an example, so that no more gay guys come out like that, because you don't need to know what's going on, and we need to make this like everybody straight. Because when you say good gay football player, people like it's like a unicorn. No, it's an ant, it's roach, they everywhere. You know, it's not a unicorn. Like it's just really not. Like it's not. And a lot of it, like I say, come from the part of you can't express. As a black gay man, you throw it away. Like I said, even if you're not gay, if you just had an experience, you gay. You know, women, y'all can kiss all at the club in front of everybody and everything. I mean, they can do everything.
I feel like they don't take our relationship serious. Like, seriously, you could be in a fully committed relationship with anyone, and you're going to a public place, a straight place in Houston, hold hands with your girl, but a guy will still come up to you and disrespect, and some fucks are like, hey, well, can y'all kiss for me for a little bit, or hey, can I take you home?
Can you kiss him next to you? Let me see. I like that.
They don't respect.
And then they leave.
Yeah, straight men, and I'm not saying all straight men, but straight men do not respect, lesbian relationships.
Straight people, because women walk up to me and they get mad because they want, they be eyeballing me, and then, depending on how I'm feeling, or they may see a movement, or my boyfriend may be there and he may be tipsy, so ain't no secrets. He might be like, that bitch all in your face, what's up? You over here acting straight today, nigga?
You over here acting straight.
You deal with different stuff when you got two masculine men. You dealing with different stuff. He like, you know what? She all in your face every time. You know what? You need to go on and hurt her feelings. Don't worry, I hurt her.
Right.
When we get back to the fight, she like, y'all fairies, y'all color,
y'all fairies.
Man, people say disrespectful stuff. You know how I respond, but I'm just saying.
Especially if you're an aggressive lesbian, straight males hate that. Like, straight males hate aggressive, especially hardcore stud lesbians.
You know the same way women hate flamboyant men.
And
but just to tell y'all something, gays, there's a group of us.
Y'all stick together.
Are you a woman? Are you a woman? Mm-hmm. You want to be called a woman? You want to be treated with respect, a woman? Them the kind of gay women I hang with. When gay women or gay men refer to each other when gay men say sis and all that,
so you know what the flamboyant. See, I have a homeboy that wears heels.
Okay.
And I have quite a few flamboyants.
I know women that wear strap 24/7. I know women that wear strap 24/7.
Yeah, I know. And I just want to let y'all know that's a mental.
What you mean, Chris? You know what a strap is? That is a mental issue.
Yes.
It's a complex. Mm-hmm. Either which way, the extremes are complex.
A strap 24/7.
Yeah, she want that print all day.
They wake up.
She trying to compete with me.
Put it on underwear. They're gonna put on that strap and wear it 24/7.
Yeah, that's what's up. And you got women they call each other bro.
Yeah.
I got a couple of clients. They old lesbians. They from the old school, like 50. So when you are an old lesbian, a lot of times old lesbians have kids because it was a different time, and so. It'd be true because I'd be like, this lady a grandmother, and she's talking about bro to her homegirl who was also a grandmother.
I actually found out my mom was a lesbian.
At one point?
After she died, I found out. And it didn't make sense because she always had a friend named Teresa. And Miss Teresa
she had a roommate?
Yeah, no, she had a roommate. My mom and my dad got divorced in the early 90s. And she got sick with cancer around 2000, and my mom never had a boyfriend. Everybody else's mom that their parents were separate. They always. I was like, my mama is a saint. She don't do all that. She doesn't have boyfriends. Your mama got 30 different boyfriends a week. And then when she died, I remember being at the wake in Fort Worth, and Miss Teresa was bawling. I was like, damn, she cried harder than I am. And then it makes sense. My mama had the short hair. My mama wore pantsuits. My mama wore pantsuits to work every damn day. She had loafers. My mama did not wear heels at all. Why did I not see her? Why
your mama just couldn't go to Republican?
No, my mama wasn't a Republican. My mama was gay. My mama was gay. God rest her soul. She was, yeah.
I think, like I said, I think my experience with sex is just that it's more fluid. I'm working on a book, kind of, sort of, and I'm having a hard time because I don't want to out people because some people, that ain't their life. You know, it's like they may have, like I have homeboys who are married with kids, and when we was in college, we ran around and they was a little wild, but I'm just going to sit here and say this. They are not gay. They are more opportunists than they are gay.
Ran wild meaning they slept with guys too.
They might have, I don't know how much.
You might have got it.
Yeah, something might have happened, but I'm just saying.
Pokey.
What I'm saying is
football players do.
That's what people do.
Women do it too.
It's people.
I have straight women come up to me all the time.
I go out all the time. Man, listen, I'm tired of it.
It's happened. Listen, I don't give a damn. I dabble for money, okay?
That's it.
You know, lesbian.
I'm gay for, yeah, that's it. The play and the pay. Because I be playing and paying. They be paying, I be playing.
So would you ever have sex with a woman?
She already had.
When you say sex, what does that mean?
So a lot of people get it misconstrued how lesbians have sex.
Yes.
You know, it's not all about giving head. You know, they think it's all like, oh, you know, y'all just, yeah.
Are we scissoring?
It's not even about scissoring. It's more of an emotional connection that you have with another woman.
No, I don't know about it. Try it. She don't
I was just
connection with another woman. Bone naked.
I'm about to say I was just on some Patron and it was just weird freak shit.
So listen. So sex, to get to the rhythm
we
of sex.
We actually kicked her out.
To get to the rhythm of sex, you gotta have a vibe anyway.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
You gotta have the vibe.
You gotta be attracted to that person.
To get to the rhythm of sex, but emotional.
It could be the liquor with me.
I'm a dude, so I don't know. I ain't wired with that emotional stuff. I can basically make my mind up that this is what's
two women in the not the restroom. Two women.
It was like that.
Two women in the bedroom, and y'all both is this excretion. It's just like it's an emotional connection with that other woman.
Sometimes you're just putting it down.
That's why I'm not a lesbian, because I don't have emotional connection with damn anybody, really. I'm just single. Yeah. I just.
All right, hold up, y'all. We gotta take a break.
Aries.
Oh.
Ain't no emotional connection.
No wonder you gay for pay.
That's it.
Aries, they everything for pay. Okay.
This is talking to podcast.
You asked me if I was stable. I said I was financial.
Yeah, that's Aries' response too. It all makes sense.
This is Talk to Me Podcast, episode 53. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Resources for Better Health, Elite Community Taxes, and that's it. We actually looking for more sponsors, so we always looking for sponsors. So if y'all willing to sponsor Talk to Me Podcast, go send us an email. And now, if y'all want to know who we have on, we actually have Brittany and Chris on, and we dig deep into y'all personal life. We're gonna kind of open this up a little more, talk about their different things.
In the restroom,
like any kind of weird moments.
The number will never be divulged.
Well, I had the only gay moment I think I ever had was when me and my friend, we had
Chris said he had a gay moment.
Orgy with a few chicks, and
which friend, Chris?
Oh, definitely not your husband. But,
look, she's trying to make sure it better not be.
It was one of my partners, and the closest that was
accidentally touched.
He on that side, we dabbing each other off, and that was probably the closest I got to one of them.
Look at me. Y'all saw it?
Nah, he was sitting there from the back, and I was getting hit. So it was like,
that's not a gay experience.
That's why I said that was the closest gay moment I probably had.
Oh, poor girl.
He was just.
Well, this is the thing. So let's talk about it. Hold on.
Poor girl.
So to me, a fun time, whether I'm with a girl, if I'm with a girl, when I mess with women, I don't want to share with no other dude. First of all, I don't have time for your thing being bigger than mine. That's the first thing. I ain't with that, you know. So I ain't trying to share. That's just I'm being for real. Like on a one-on-one, you ain't got to worry about. I ain't scared, but I'm just saying these are the things that I think about as a man. Like to me, it's homoerotic to run a train. Now,
I don't ever want two penises near me like that at one time. That just. I can deal with another bitch. I just don't want no two dicks near me. What you doing? What y'all doing? It's a lot. There's a lot going on.
It's popular with black men
in Houston.
I don't suck dick. I don't suck dick, so
that's why you ain't got no man.
So you're a lesbian.
Okay.
Answer that fucking right. I know you suck dick.
I've not sucked dick. I have not sucked dick in 2 years.
Oh, so you suspended. So you dick for 2 years. All right. Yeah, that's cool. All right. So you will suck a dick in the future references. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, that's why he broke up with you.
No, he didn't. He broke up with me because I'm crazy.
Yeah, because you don't suck dick. That's crazy.
No.
So you didn't suck the guy that you was dealing with the last 2 years.
You want to get married?
No.
Listen.
And you see the nigga crazy over me.
Do he have to eat you?
No.
Oh,
you're nice.
Baby.
You're nice.
No, she got a lot
he
going on.
He doesn't have to, but he does.
No.
That's not a necessity for me.
Okay.
I like penetration.
Oh, okay.
Penetration.
A lot of straight women don't get off on just penetration.
No, they don't.
I do. Because you bitches don't know how to rock dick.
You are very aggressive.
Yeah.
I ain't sucking it. I'm I just think everybody have their things that they do. I mean, I ain't knocking you because you'll find somebody, hopefully, that want the same thing you want, and y'all can be proved.
I'm not gonna say that I'm never not gonna suck a dick again in life.
Well, we know that.
But I'm just saying, niggas right now don't deserve to get the dick sucked. I'm not sucking dick right now in 2018. Whether they be gay, straight, bisexual, you don't deserve to get your dick sucked.
Would you ever eat?
I have.
Oh man.
Look at her.
She watching.
She from New Orleans for real.
Hold on. I'm in Texas, but I was raised in New Orleans. But that experience did happen in New Orleans. Damn.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened in New Orleans. New Orleans close to Vegas. People who stay in Vegas, stay in Vegas.
Well, it happens in New Orleans.
New Orleans is
obviously
wild.
It's the alcohol and the heat.
That's why I first started it. I'm just saying. In Louisiana, period. Point blank to the
The
period.
spirit of the voodoo came
and I'm just gonna be honest. When I first started messing with guys, all the guys that I messed with, I'm not bullshit. Every last one of them was from Louisiana. And it was easy for me. But this is the thing. What I'm saying to you is that I was a down low dude, and all the down low dudes that I messed with was from Louisiana. They was the easiest dudes to find, and I had actually, like in my 20s, used to go around saying that I thought everybody from Louisiana and Mexican was gay.
There are like bounce artists like Sissy. Will tell you real quick, trade.
Like Houston,
just coming in.
When I first moved here, bro, I had dudes coming in my inbox, like really, like, what's up?
Well, I think a lot of Houston.
I was like, wow, like my cousin first told me that when I moved out here, but when I moved to Atlanta, me and my partner Aunt, we got off the plane and we get to Lenox Mall, and the first she was like, "That's your man, 'cause I don't want to be disrespectful." I'm like, "Nah, that's my nigga. What the fuck is you talking about?" But for me, it was something new to me, so I was aggressive. Yeah. And then after I learned Atlanta and felt that, I was like,
well, I think a lot of men in Houston are,
you know what I'm saying?
Houston men think they're bad.
I think every woman is gay.
Every woman? I think every woman.
Houston niggas think they're bad. Houston niggas will fill up a whole section in the club and not let no females in there.
You said what?
You right.
Brittany, what'd you say?
I think every woman.
I was gonna ask that question though.
Is gay. Or they have gay tendencies. Every woman in this room has thought about having sex with another woman.
Or does it?
Okay, but how does that make them gay?
Okay, gay tendencies.
Tendencies, not gay, but tendencies.
I think that everybody thinks about everything some point or another. Like, not even if you're gonna do it, just how they doing it. You have a thought. It's just people can't talk about what they're thinking about because we too closed off. It's you gonna go to hell. You can't. All your homeboys gonna take it too far. You can't say. Okay, for instance, Crystal knows that we had a dude went to our high school named Josh. He was a gay dude, and this dude had the first fake looking booty that I had ever seen in my life. It had nothing to do with him being gay. It had everything to do with that his ass was just too big for a man. And one time he came in the gym, we was at basketball practice, and one of my coaches, rest his soul, was in there. He came in the gym and he had on these shorts, and the coach put him out. And when he left, coach said, "Oh, weird ass."
You don't want to look at coach,
but because it's uncomfortable. How can you not look like the shorts? Like
I do look at men weird.
I look at men's booties.
Man, let me tell you something. I'll tell you something. Men twerking,
next level fat.
men twerking.
I don't want to see no man twerking. Honestly, truthfully, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Let me tell you something. Twerking and men. I know it's fun and all. I know you're getting your life right now, nigga. Why you gotta twerk better than her though? Why you couldn't let her
Gay
win
men twerk very better than women.
Gay men do everything.
That's hey, but you know what? Beyonce had the gay guys dancing.
I didn't see the gay man yet twerk better than some of these twerkers in my yard.
Let me tell you something.
I've seen some good twerking gay
No,
men.
you ain't.
A man's ass don't move like something.
No, you ain't been to the right places, man. Let me tell you something. They got a whole guy online right now.
Damn Zoe.
Mooney.
And that's what I'm talking about. His ass don't shape like them bitches in dreams.
Let me tell you something. Mooney teach those bitches in dreams.
I bet he does.
Yeah, he does though. He really does.
But y'all ass be stiff. It
Nah,
don't got that same juice.
Listen, his moves. I get totally uncomfortable. Listen, I do. Let me tell you. Listen. Me and my dude, when we go to straight clubs, we don't even dance to Beyonce. We like, don't dance to Beyonce.
Don't dance to Beyonce.
These niggas don't think you weak. You know, they do not get your, you know, you get the drink.
You gotta dance that bounce music.
Then he like, put your hand down.
Big freedom.
No, and right now, you know what I'm saying? Because
some bounce music.
You can't dance. Because niggas secretly like Beyonce and listen to her in their car on their own. That's how we're living. Even your music. But listen, I'm going to tell you, I'm good for my friends. My friends are desensitized. I be laughing at them because they do stuff like come in my shop. I do hair. I do dreadlocks. I do a lot of guys' hair. A lot of them my friends. And like I have certain music on, like trap music. So one of my clients, he hilarious. He not gay, but he like, man, I used to be so uncomfortable and I'm cool. Man, you ain't got nothing that Fantasia. Look, I'm like, you don't want to hear the G's? He's like, nah, man, I always listen to G's. My other pilots don't never want to listen to R&B. Since I've been coming to you, I'm on this R&B stuff. You're like, I can't never listen to my music with my partners. I'm like, that should touch my heart today. You want to hear Fantasia? Fantasia, you know? Like, it's all right. Let your guard down. It's okay to like Fantasia.
But some niggas be trying to be hard. Like,
that's the whole life of black. That's the black life. That's the black man's life.
I listen to R&B. I listen to R&B. Because if you know who you are, that's just period. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know, you got levels to this. And y'all, you all right. You know, that's why I'm here. Because you all right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm being for real. You all right.
At least y'all can get into some clubs, though. Because lesbians that want to dress however they want to dress, they can
hold on. Because I've always wanted to know the answer to that. Do they try to charge the stud?
Yes.
For the man price?
They should.
I always wanted to understand that.
Every day. That's true.
And you know what would be funny is that every single stud, like straight up stud,
you the man or woman in the relationship?
I'm the.
They do like there's some that like to call dyke. I got homegirls. Nobody ever to be called dyke. If you call her a stud, she's like, I'm a dyke.
Let me tell you, out of all the gay terms, dyke to
they have some that do like to be called that. I have some homegirls that like to be called a stud. I have some homegirls that be like to call a femme. I have some homegirls that like to call a dyke. It don't matter, but I have always wanted to just stand outside and been like, so bitch, I'm about to charge the bitch because I just want to know.
But sometimes they don't.
You have to charge my dog right here.
Yeah, they don't let them in. Like they would let me in, and then they's like, well, man, like. You can't let your homegirl in. I'm like, and that's embarrassing.
For what? What's the reason?
Well, no, that means mission accomplished. That's what that means. She should not trip. Because the studs that I know that want to be men, if you charge them and they mind, you did what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I'm a man. The ones who got a problem with it, they faking and they need to stop. Because you need to stop.
They're the ones that be pregnant.
But some women, they just feel more comfortable.
Yeah, I know.
So let me tell y'all, there's a whole other sexuality out there. Tell them about the drag queens and the studs. It's a whole lifestyle out there where drag queens impregnate studs. Let me tell you something. So let me tell you, that's a community. You also have a community in the church that the gay women and the gay men decided to marry each other and have children to uphold their parents' church and do stuff like that. It's a whole community. It's a whole bunch of them. And it's a whole bunch of athletes. Same thing. You got beers. It's everywhere. It's everywhere because people do what they want to do some kind of way. And if everybody wasn't so judgmental, then people would tell you what they're doing. You know, that's how come white people so free. You know that, right? Yeah. They so free because the way they raised, they've
been fucking since the Roman bathhouse.
Well, they know they have. Fucking each other. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying they're free because they're allowed to express in a way. So, for instance, when we was in high school, and I had a homeboy named Zach that lived in Kingwood, Zach could literally tell his mom, "Hey, when you go to Walmart, pick me up a box of condoms, Mom." And she'd say, "Okay." She white. If I had said, "Mom, we in Walmart, pick me up a box of condoms," she would have stopped.
Why?
And said, "Who the fuck you think you are?"
See, my parents didn't do that.
But
whenever I hear these stories, I'll be like, I don't understand.
Well, but this is the typical. This is the masses story. Which brings us to one of those questions about HIV and AIDS. That's why it's so hard to talk about because you're not educated on it because everything is secret. Even black HBUs are still having girl dorms and boy dorms. I mean, come on, get over this, black people. Chill out. You can't have girl dorm. Do you know all the other universities just have co-ed because they realize that you can't stop people from nothing? We like to make stuff look. We like to make stuff look like it's a certain way, which is what church look like. We living good. We doing this. We make Instagram. We make everything look. But when you get down to the nitty gritty of it, people really can't live in their truth because they're so busy worried about what you think. And I'm being for real. Daily, I have to say, I don't give a damn. Like it's always something happening that make me go, okay, you don't give a damn about that. You don't care. Before I came here, I read it. I was like, podcast on the community. Do I really want to talk about it? Do I want to talk about it? Because here's the thing. I don't dibble and dabble in the community. Mm-hmm. I don't. Most of my friends, I won't be with y'all at. And I don't care who gay and I don't care who straight. I don't care. I just want to make money.
I have a lot of gay homeboys that say that. He's like, oh, I don't hang around gay guys.
Yeah, it gets too messy.
Well, gay guys, they be lying. That's a lie. It's just like women say.
I have my two.
You know how women say.
This is a real thing. My two
flamboyant. Like women say, I don't mess with women.
My two flamboyant homeboys. I have to have them separate last night at different times of the night because they don't like each other. And one will be like, I don't fuck with that queen. I don't fuck with that queen. Bitch, both y'all some queen assholes. Y'all.
See, I can't be friends with them. See,
get makeup tips.
That's imagination.
So hold up, why you show me the phone?
Yes, he was on.
I saw that. That's what I said. He's not putting one.
I don't know. He might.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
I know what you're talking about. I know.
Let's learn something new every night.
But okay, this is my everybody hates Chris moment. Actually, on social media, we noticed when people post. I saw a female. She posted. She was out. Well, I'm gonna tell you her whole itinerary today. She posts. She was at happy hour. Okay, she went from happy hour to the mall to buying her dress. She was in the fitting room trying that dress on. It was a beautiful dress, freaky though. You know, like titties out, everything out.
Freaky.
So after that, she was in the section. She cut up. She was popping bottles, dropping. I'm talking about dropping that ass, showing that ass, and then when I wake up, it's Sunday morning. She's in church.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm about to explain to you. So she's in church and she's, showing, I need to, give myself to the Lord, blase, blase, blase. And then after that posting, she's fussing in, it's a bar, like a brunch bar. And she was just cussing out, going off. And the lady told her, you need to go to church and be a Christian. Right? So this lady's older than her, but she's cussing the lady out, going off, blase, blase, blase. So I followed the time. I'm like, let me see what's going on because I haven't been to church in a while. I ain't gonna lie. I got my reasons why I haven't been, but I haven't been to church in a while. You know what I'm saying? But
it ain't gonna catch on fire.
Huh?
It It ain't gonna catch on fire.
No, I'm just saying. I do like my mom's like. If you don't go to church, you know, you can always look online. You know, I always still do my tithes online, pay my tithes, whatever. I do that. You know, some people preach what they do and don't actually do it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you know who you are. That's why I'm proud that you came on here because you know who you are. Some people just say, oh, I'm this person and that person, and they're really not that person. Exactly. Like if you're gonna be a hoe that people know you're a hoe. They know that. They know you. They know who you are. You see what I'm saying? You ain't gotta hide it.
You better be your best hoe.
You see what I'm saying? You know who you is. So it's like I'd rather be that person. I got some friends. I know who they are. I know like if they're not gonna pay the tab, I invited them. So I know this motherfucker wasn't gonna pay the tab. I invited them. This is my fucking friend. You see what I'm saying? You know who they are. So you got your options who you can deal with or who you not. You know what I'm saying? So you know.
So the woman.
The more what the woman was. She was just betraying something she wasn't. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, like if you go into church, like a Christian, like you just said, everybody Christian, you got it. That's what I'm got it. I'm not gonna tell you I'm a Christian because I fuck ups. I do shit I'm not supposed to do. You see what I'm saying? But Christian is like something you gotta live up to. Basically, that's what they say. Because when I was in church, my pastor was preaching.
You want to get away with everything, be a Christian. You should just repent for it.
That's true.
That's what I mean. Listen. These girls, so many girls can tell you about older men that have did inappropriate things in the church. There's so many young guys that's gonna tell you about these gay pastors and these people. So my picture of a Christian, when you say Christian, and I'm not being no type of way, I do not have a positive outlook first. That's not the first thing that comes to my mind. The first thing that comes to my mind is alienation when I think of Christian. That's the first thing, you know, like. But I say be godly, you know, like you said, you know, God gonna come to you if you live. If you live, you gonna experience God. You can never go to the church, you gonna experience God. You ain't gotta never go to the church, you gonna experience God because God is everything. There's no way not to experience it. And you know, all of us have those moments where you think you're talking to yourself, but you're really not. Your conscience that's the closest you can get. When you feel it, when you instinct, everybody had a moment. I'll be driving the car sometimes. I'll be like, why did I spend $200 at Steak 48?
Did it yesterday.
Why did I do this? And you think because you didn't post it and did nobody see it, you really didn't go? Because really, that's how I think sometimes. You know, I secretly do stuff like, that ain't really happening. I didn't post it.
People post it.
Not my man's life. I had a whole Sunday fun day.
Like if you type in hashtag Steak 48, you're going to see a bunch of people about Steak 48.
They want to take a picture and find that.
You hashtag Steak 48.
Oh, the listen, we just talked about that. That's a whole other story. Somebody's trying. We went there yesterday to go eat.
Was it a girl or a guy?
It was a guy. She go on dates with these hoes. I'll go on dates with these hoes.
Eat your shot,
guys.
That's I like hoe ass men. I like slutty men. We already discussed this. We say
you like slutty men?
I like slutty men.
So when you gonna sit around and get married?
The fuck do I have to do all that for?
I just asked.
I don't have to do that.
I ain't saying you have to. I'm asking them.
Are you lonely?
No.
There's somebody gonna shoot that club and you gonna be pregnant.
They been trying. We discussed this last week. They stayed trying to shoot this. I don't take nothing. I know when I'm ovulating.
The right guy didn't shoot it.
That's fine. But guess what?
So what you gonna do when you get pregnant?
I'm gonna be fucking pregnant. I'm damn near 30. It's okay.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. There you go.
But you say, well, do you want kids and a husband? I don't fucking want shit. I want to live and be rich. And enjoy life. I don't give a damn about.
Well, it's on you anyway. It's hot topic. It's on you anyway.
It's on me.
Yeah.
We doing the hot topics. Okay. Since we're talking about slutty men. Since we're talking about the slutty men, I don't know if y'all saw. Well, you probably did see it because it was there. Safari dropped a dick print today. He dropped a dick video today. I got it in my phone too, sis. Don't worry. This blew up the internet. And you know what? I've been saying that Safari, I knew he had the good wood. I knew it. I just knew it. I said, I know Safari is a girthy nigga. And I've been saying, who is Safari? Safari, if you don't know, is Nicki Minaj's ex, the Jamaican one that basically they said wrote all her lyrics. But you know, he's on Love and Hip Hop right now. And I said, Safari stay getting ass. From well-known woman, and I was like, "You not getting that much ass from well-known woman with a little dick." I said,
he act like
you got a nigga.
No, he act like a bitch.
He doing
basically. He does.
Listen. So you trying to say Safari might dip off into the?
I ain't saying that.
We saying that every woman is gay.
I'm saying.
Every woman is gay.
But I do think men like Safari. So men do got big egos.
Okay, but I noticed a pattern today because I looked on social media as it was going down, and there were a few men that I know that are not that girthy themselves, and they were mad about this picture dropping. They were upset
I didn't see this.
about this picture dropping. They were like, y'all hoes. Because, if a woman is interested in anything sexual,
what you mean he dropped a print? What you mean? A picture?
He dropped a dick print. Do you want to see it?
He got a big dick. That's it.
Oh, he showed it?
You know what? I honestly
he did one of the games, every Friday, Saturday.
Here you go, Brittany.
Oh,
we got the dick right here, y'all.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Fuck, what's wrong with that?
That it was just
I got plenty of pictures out there.
I didn't think that it was that huge.
You said Google.
I got plenty.
It is a good girthy size. I didn't think that it was they were just making a big deal out of it. But I seen a lot of guys that were like, "Oh, y'all bitches don't want unwarranted dicks into your phone, but you going and looking for Safari." I say, hold on, apples and oranges. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's warranted.
I said, we want to see Safari's dick. We don't want to see your shriveled up little balls. Okay, we're good. Thank you. Don't send that to us.
They sending bad pictures like that?
Listen, niggas be because a nigga will get
if
your.
I send you a picture,
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
My shit dropping like Jordan. I'm gonna give y'all more.
If your dick is the most extraordinary thing ever. If I just meet you, or if I'm just speaking with you, I don't want to see your dick in my phone until I ask for some shit like that. Do not drop. Gentlemen, if you're watching this, don't drop a dick picture to a woman. That does not do shit for us.
Nudes.
That don't do shit for us.
Are disrespectful. Let me tell you what's called this. If you a man and you talk to a girl and you just meet her and she sends you a random nude, then you already know if you like that, that's just because that's the kind of woman you like. Because the real deal is that I don't know. I'm old school. I kind of like to imagine stuff. I like to.
Yeah, I'm blocking you. You send me a dick pic.
Sometimes you ruin it showing me. You know, you can't show me.
But when I am ready to go there, I'll be like, hey,
I still ain't sending.
What's it look like? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want no surprises. Because I will walk out.
You'll walk out.
I will walk out. If I'm about to have sexual intercourse and you pull out a skinny pencil dick, I'm leaving.
See, women don't have to worry about that if you date another woman because it all looks the same.
She is trying to make it. No, the vaginas do not.
You don't have to worry about sizes.
It don't feel the same and it don't move the same.
Man,
they do not look the same.
Listen,
that's one thing you get. That's all the conversations you can't interact in right now.
Yeah, but you ain't never got the dick.
Hey, I say it's all the conversations you can't interact in right now.
Brittany, listen. Brittany.
Somebody didn't experience both right here.
Brittany, what I'm gonna tell you is this. We on camera, and you keep on telling them, this point. I got you. Listen, these people don't know us, Brittany. They gonna think that's the one that want all of us to be gay. That's what they gonna say.
That's what they gonna say. The little religious one.
But in your defense, you can look them in the eyes.
My granny calls it
very emotional.
It's very emotional.
It's very emotional. But I'm gonna be honest. Sex is one of those things that if you close your eyes.
And the warm, gushy feeling, fuck it.
It's just some people that's just good at sex. And I'm just gonna tell you that because I know, because I've had women that are good at sex. No. There are levels to sex. I know because who I am and what I've been. I played football 20 years, so there are levels to sex. What I mean by there are levels to sex, there are some people who have sex missionary and doggy style, and that's it. And them the two ways.
So what feels better?
They don't do that.
Go find out.
No. To me,
go find out.
To me, I'm a Pisces, and every Pisces in the room gonna feel me when I say this. I gotta make sure that you had a good time.
That's your Pisces nigga. That's my Pisces nigga.
No, that's real talk. That's real talk.
My dick.
That's real talk, though.
Baby, y'all on my dick. I be like, leave me alone.
Will fuck your life
leave me alone. Now, I be fucking their lives up because they be sensitive as hell when they come around my.
Had any
rude, aggressive ass.
Listen, we just
all my relationships have been with Pisces niggas or Taurus niggas. That's it. I'd be like, get the fuck away from me with this.
So you don't like
shit.
Taurus people?
Listen,
I love Taurus people.
You what's up right
So I'm a Taurus.
I didn't say that I didn't fuck with y'all. I just ain't got time for crying and shit.
Who got the good though?
I do. The fuck?
Not well.
Me.
Not good enough to be single. Look.
And Aries woman will ruin your whole life.
Will ruin your whole fucking life.
What month that is?
And we will cackle on the way out.
What month is Aries?
April.
Listen, let me tell you
And we will cackle on the way out.
I'm not saying that
I don't think I dealt with it.
I ruined you.
I probably fucked Aries when the horoscope she wasn't even out.
Y'all might click back into Aries after you get up out the bed and stuff, but in bedroom land.
Oh well, Aries like being Aries people like being dominated in the bedroom. That is true. Aries like being
Pisces
dominated.
don't play in bedroom land. You gonna get your life. You gonna be tired. You gonna be tired. Well, you ain't had the right Pisces.
I don't get tired.
Motherfuckers just ain't got though.
Aries don't get
I got a lot of
tired.
receipts as a result of bedroom land that a lot of Pisces I know just ain't got. I'm just leaving it there.
You ain't got a lot of receipts.
I got receipts.
So anyway,
Well,
we're on
listen.
Safari's news.
Shit.
Listen,
So hold on, next topic.
I don't have no receipts. I'm in a relationship. I'm gonna leave it at that.
We're gonna go to the next topic. So my girl Monique, Miss Parker, is literally going on a nationwide tour. Still talking about Netflix. Now I have two spectrums of this that I agree and disagree. Yes, I want my black women to get paid the money that they should. But also, with this being said, the deal that Netflix was going to give Monique it was a terrible contract. Basically, Netflix was going to own Monique for the next 2 years of her life. She wasn't going to be able to do any other projects. This is the sole reason why I didn't do reality TV. Yes, I did get a chance to almost do reality TV, and I had a lawyer look over it, and they said they was going to own my black ass for 3 years. And he said, this is not smart, don't do this. So for $500,000, Netflix was basically going to own Monique for 2 to 3 years. Amy Schumer is who she brings up as an example of getting paid. I forgot how much. It was millions. It was millions of dollars.
11 or 20.
But when the details of Monique's contract came out, people realized, have you seen Amy Schumer in the last couple of 2 years?
No.
We haven't. But $500,000 isn't a lot over 3 years, but those millions are. So now everybody's starting to kind of be on Monique's side. She is going off. She read Charlamagne the God for Phil.
She got Leonard together. But listen, though, let me say this though. With Monique, I feel compassion for what she's going through. However, because of what I believe about energy and planting seeds, I just think that Monique and her husband got bad attitudes, and they rub people wrong, and therefore they get the reaction that they get. Do she deserve? Is she a legend? Yes, all that is true. However, you could be outed in any group, and that's when you're not humble. And I'm just be real. I like Monique so much. I keep trying to find the humbleness, but I don't feel like she being humble, because the whole thing is, you're not going to be able to. We live in a capitalist society. They got a decision to make. They offered you a deal. It does not matter that your deal was not the same as Amy Schumer's. You said no. You could try to put them on blast, but because they gave Shonda Rhimes a deal, you want to put them on blast about black women comedy. I understand everything you're saying, but the real deal is that then do it again.
They even tried to throw my girl Tiffany Haddish in the mix, and Tiffany was like, hold on now, me and my group All Money are good. I don't want no parts of this. She said, I took my Netflix contract and minded my business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
Tiffany got a contract.
Well, and that's a problem. But that's
she did a Showtime special, and she
has a new contract.
It is a problem, but can you honestly blame this? We live in a society where black people are like constantly ostracized. They're not treated fairly, and as soon as one speaks up, if someone doesn't follow behind, that is the big issue.
Well, this is the thing.
But Tiffany Haddish just got. Listen, if I have been, I don't know if you know Tiffany Haddish's story.
Yeah.
I have her book. I read it on the way to Hawaii, the whole thing. I've followed Tiffany Haddish since the early days because I've just been in that little comedy circuit of everything. And if you are somebody that was living in your car and you are now making the money that you're making, I don't even blame Tiffany Haddish for not being like, yeah, Monique, you right. Like she said, I love Monique, but she's not going to go and put herself out there for them to take her money away. I don't even blame her. Tiffany Haddish came from here to here within 4 years.
And that's the thing that just lets me know that we just had as a people, because, you know.
Monique told Oprah stuff I did.
Yeah. I don't like Monique can talk to pressure.
I mean, I again, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, people. That's why I say black people love the way stuff look. I mean, I'm not knocking none of the stars that we got. I love Beyonce, I love Jay-Z, I go to these concerts, Oprah cool, they all cool. But in reality of things, the stars do not do what they could do to help the masses of black people. And I don't want to hear that black people are ignorant and we this, because we come from slavery, and all the problems that we have come from somewhere, and it don't got nothing to do with it. The godly thing to do is to help. And people don't, the black stars do not help. The football players don't stop. The basketball, at least the NBA dudes went on a strike before and half the season was gone. We do not. We are selfish when we think about ourselves, and we just say, oh, Oprah, Oprah done stuff, but it is a clique. It's a circle. It ain't like they helping all black people. It's a circle out there, and then black people, we sit back down here in regular land and applaud the circle and support the circle, and the circle don't even give back as much as they can. They give back that minimum, that little bit. Let me tell you something, and I know it's true because Keanu Reeves, he gives away half. He was an orphan. He came from nothing, and everything that he has ever made, he give away half of it, and he still worked what he worked. And you got black people work more than Keanu Reeves that would never give half, would never do the stuff that this man has done. And I'm not saying it's not black people out there. I'm saying the stars, the people, the movie, the big screen. Monique may have told Oprah, fuck you, her, but she may have told Oprah that, but in terms of attitude, you do not know what Oprah did because she's powerful. Oprah is Oprah. Everybody knows this. She got horror stories too. You don't know what Oprah did to make Monique say, because I'm going to be real with you, I'm Monique. In that reality of the world, I'm Monique. I don't have a bad attitude, but I'm saying you can't cross it.
It has something to do with the Lee Daniels thing. And
yeah, because they do ostracize each other, and they put each other out. They do stuff like that. Man, Oprah done had bad run-ins with with a lot of different people.
That's a whole nother story.
But she been mean before. I'm just saying, I can't, because I wasn't there. I don't know why she told Oprah that, and I can't take Oprah's side because I don't trust Oprah enough to say that I take her side, and I think that everything she do is right. What I will say is Monique don't seem humble, so it seems like she reap what she sow. Yeah. But just because you're not humble, don't mean that you're not right. It just means that you're not humble, and you may have put yourself in the not right position. The reason why people treating you like this. Everybody has abandoned Monique. She don't have no friends in the industry right now, and she like, damn.
Right.
So. Today marks the 6th anniversary of Trayvon Martin being shot at 17 in Florida. And obviously we're still dealing with the same things. This was 6 years ago, and we are still dealing with the same things. Rest in peace, Trayvon. Stacey Dash.
I don't know her.
We don't know her. The black community gave Stacey Dash away. But Stacey Dash is running for Congress in the 44th District of California. I don't know what in the fucking mayonnaise she's doing, but
it's one of those
I'm not even sure where the 44th District is, but I want to look up the demographic.
Right.
She might win.
And see how hard this, because you know what, in this country right now, that bitch might win.
Well, it's collateral. Like I said, it's
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's California.
Mayor.
Well, that was a whole different.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is good though.
California is more. California right now is more liberal than a lot of the country right now. Yeah. When Arnold Schwarzenegger when he did become the government, California wasn't as liberal as it is now. Right now, California is not with the fuck shit.
However, California has always been one of the most liberal, and like
but they're like super not with the fuck shit anymore. Especially with Trump being in office, they're trying to get their whole state together. Really and truthfully, a lot of Congress, Senate, they're all trying to get the White House back because clearly we got a psychotic man in there.
He's not the first one.
He's not.
He's just blatant. I like him better than all.
I do. At least you know what you're dealing with.
I just ignore his ass.
You know what you're dealing with. You deal with Bush, who kept secrets the whole time, and may have did things that Trump has not.
Every president has secrets.
Clinton smiled.
Every smile.
But I'd rather not know than just say that shit to my face. I'd rather not know.
You rather not know?
I don't know. That just makes me upset.
So our last hot topic. Well, I have another one, but you already said you was going to talk about Black Panther. Black Panther is projected to get to $1 billion once it hits. But why? Once it hits the Chinese market, Black Panther is going to get to $1 billion in revenue worldwide.
When you point out
why are you over Black Panther?
When you point out the facts about it, all the black people jump down your throat. Yes, it's a good movie. Okay. Yes, it's all black cast. Okay, I got all that. My problem with the movie is that it's a Marvel movie, and I just get upset with black people for supporting stuff that is not. Just because they put black faces on it, that don't mean. Again, it's a circle of people, and I'm not that dumb. Well, that movie, yes, it was some strong stuff said in there. There was some strong stuff said in Amistad too. There was some strong stuff said in Birth of a Nation. I'm not that person that just it's this.
Those were also slave movies. Yeah. I think we're tired of being slaves and maids at this point.
It was so many subliminals in Black Panther.
Let us be a superhero every once in a while.
Listen, well, if we're gonna be superheroes, why we had to have the women and the men, black men and women fighting against each other? Let me finish. We had the black women and black men fighting against each other. Then not only that, we got all the power, but it's so internal, we so dysfunctional that we got to fight about. This
is from a comic from you do realize that
right? I do.
Right?
Yes, I do realize, which is what I'm saying to you. They adjust movies all the time. They adjust the story all the time. What I'm saying to you is that the Black Panther story was written in a time of racism. Racism is still alive and well today. And as I looked at the movie, I know it's a black director. He is talented. It's still from a perspective of a conditioned black person to put everything in your mind. Yes, there's some stuff said, but in reality, it's just to make all that money. The actors are already paid. The actors and everybody, all black people, they pretty much paid. So I don't care that it's gonna break records. I don't care. I don't care about that. That don't make no difference in these black boys dying by these police officers. That's what I'm saying. Like, we put so much energy.
Every single one of those cast members spends quite a lot of time and money with all those situations you're talking about.
Okay. That money going to Marvel.
They're spending their money.
That money is going to Marvel, but that's still a great feat for a black movie to.
But it gives our.
You can't constantly just look at the negative.
I'm just not a bandwagoner, so I look at the whole perspective of the picture.
It's a great I'm a Marvel fan. I like all Marvel.
I'm a Marvel fan as well.
So and my
gripe with the Black Panther though come from being a Marvel fan and always thinking that the story was kind of different from all the other Marvel stories. I just feel like, if we got all this, why are we not really saving the world from something big? Why are we like, this is not something that just came out. I am a Marvel fan. I know about it. It's old, but I'm saying, as a person who grew up the way I grew up and who is as free as I am in the mind, when I read it as a kid and when I read it today and when I watch it, I still feel the exact same way. There's nothing wrong with me saying I feel like they were black. What's wrong right now is that I don't even say this. I don't even know why I say it on this podcast, because I've really been faking it till I make it. Yeah, Wakanda forever, because it's all good, because you can't tell black people nothing. When we gun ho on something, we be gun ho. We be gun ho on it, which is why we went to the movies and did all that.
Well, I like to celebrate the accomplishments of black people.
Well, I gotta agree to disagree, because when I was growing up in Disney movies and Marvel movies, it was all white. Like, we had no black characters. So the youth nowadays, they have actually something to look up to. Because when I was growing up and all the Disney characters and Pixar characters, they were all one particular color. But now these kids nowadays, they actually, it has something to look up to. Like, hey, there's a black character.
A 6-year-old isn't going to care about the politics of a movie. He wants to be Black Panther.
Basically. Not Superman.
A 6-year-old doesn't care if the Black Panther was white or black, and that's just the reality. A 6-year-old doesn't.
I cared about being black or white when I was 6 years old. My mother was very adamant on black history.
We've already discovered that you were raised in a very different way from most the masses of black people.
It's a lot of people that were raised just like me.
Because there are a lot of people. I'm talking about the masses. And one thing about black people, we always personalize. So I can tell you that my dad is very educated.
You personalized your indifference to the movie already. It's okay.
Yes. What I'm saying is that everybody don't look at it the same way, and a lot of people that can't even afford to go see the movie. I mean, let's just be real, man. Let's talk about real stuff. Let's talk about real problems. Like, black people really can't. I've been to the movie. I saw the movie, and in different theaters. I'm just saying, like, don't nobody want me to say the real deal. Like, the kids cannot It's income tax season, so that's good. So some of them
plenty of charities.
They've seen the movie twice and 3 times.
They have plenty of people across the country. Major charity events. People bought out movie theaters. My own friend that I just showed him on the phone, they bought out 2 different movie theaters in New Orleans to watch the movie for people. So you saying that somebody couldn't afford to go see it?
You saying that like I'm saying something that is very untrue. I'm sure that there's someone out there that was not afforded and that is left out.
There's someone out everywhere that can't afford anything. It's okay. I just feel like we're trying to look at the negative aspects of this movie. Let's celebrate black people. Our next topic is NBA young boy arrested for kidnapping and assault. I don't listen to this young boy. I don't know who that is. He's a rapper.
I've seen the video.
Oh, Freeze. What is No Smoke?
I don't know his music.
I don't know his music, but the little boy, I got to review the video. He was swinging a girl around in the hotel hallway, snatching her up. Yeah, and the girl got online the same day and was like, "Well, we'd just be playing. I love him. He didn't kidnap me." Now,
so why you went to jail?
There are other rappers because he was beating her ass. But you know, when you have battered woman syndrome, it changes up real quick.
And he on the verge, so she was like,
she hasn't been around her. Apparently, the little girl hasn't been around her family. She actually has been on tour with him for the last almost 2 years, since they were 16 or 17 years old. Yeah. And they actually have a video of her a couple of months ago sleeping on a hotel lobby couch because he had kicked her out of the hotel room. And then the next day, he took her to the Gucci store, the Louis store or something, and bought her thousands of dollars of stuff. So she's a real young girl. She always on the pictures with her. I know you're talking about. She's got the battered woman syndrome. But they have, my thing is, they have rappers right now, like mainstream rappers, like what is his name,
Yachty.
Listen, I don't listen to these little niggas. Anything with a Lil or Young or whatever the fuck, I don't listen to it. I like R&B, but
Lil Wayne?
I don't like Lil Wayne.
Well, y'all got any shout outs? Any shout outs?
To Tunchi. He trying. She don't like Lil Wayne. Now what do we think? Avery don't like Lil Wayne.
You won't know until you try it.
That's your shout out.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know?
You still advocate?
Are you talking about
every woman?
You still advocate?
Every woman is.
Well, you ain't tried. No, you ain't found a dick yet.
That's not fair. You've been.
I'm talking about women here. I'm reaching out to the women that's out there right now. Please satisfy your. Please satisfy your fantasies.
Reach out to the men.
Because there's people out there that will fulfill them.
Reach out to the men too. Tell them.
Okay, the men. Please
reach out to the men.
Satisfy your fantasies. Because there is Chris out there that will fulfill them when he's not in a relationship.
I will not be your fantasy.
However,
I'll walk you through it. Just call it.
Antoinette, you got a shout out?
Get money. What? Get paid first before you do anything.
All right, y'all.
Rule number 1: get the money first.
This Talk to Me podcast. This is episode 53. We actually an hour and 22 minutes in. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and I appreciate Chris and Brittany coming on to bless us. Of course, I usually have a moment, but all I got to say today is like I think love conquers all. Y'all, what y'all think?
I think love does conquer all.
I think sex conquers all.
An emotional connection
conquers.
That too. Money and
if you ain't broke, you can get
my nigga Brittany is
only the real can relate.
Emotional connection.
Subscribe to iTunes. This Talk to Me podcast. We out.
The emotional connection. She said you have to have an emotional connection.
Girl, I had so much wrong sex.